how to forgive your cheating partner. And here we are talking about cheating in a broader sense, not just physical, but also a serious emotional relationship with someone.
Right.
And how to forgive, and should you? So
Mm.
here's my first question to you. What kind of feelings does a couple come to you with when they discover that their partner is cheated? So either a person or a couple. So what is their first reaction? And tell us about it, like from your experience. Yeah.
In India, it is rare that a couple would come. Many times, a single person comes, which means the one who is betrayed in the couple. And their greatest, the line that I get to hear every time from each and every individual was, "It was happening under my nose. How did I not know it?" So it's about the unknowability which troubles them most.
Okay.
And then comes, of course, the trust, the slipping away of trust, the misuse of trust, the abuse of trust. But it is surprising to see that it's this thing about not knowing, that how could I not see it?
But how
It's
could they not
almost,
see it, Gaurav? What
yes,
happens?
yes,
You know the partner so well, then what happens?
yeah, because what happens is we do not actually know anyone as a whole. We would like to believe that we know them, but we do not know anyone as a whole. I mean, not just the partner. We don't know our mother as a whole. We don't know our father as a whole. You know, and every person has their own shadow parts. There is a light part and a shadow part, and the shadow is almost always unknown, because a shadow will just remain in the shadow and not express itself. And many times, what happens is, partners cannot express to themselves, not because they want to hide or they want to actually cheat and do something wrong, but in most cases, what happens is there is a lot of shame. And out of
Okay, so the person
shame,
who's actually in the affair feels, a lot of shame.
yeah, a lot of shame. It's because of shame that they cannot, accept it, or can't talk to their partner, that whether they are emotionally unsatisfied, sexually unsatisfied, whether they have grown apart in time, whether there were other issues that came forward from the family, and they simply wanted to have an escape route out of the regular humdrum of life. So, yeah, there could be various reasons, but yes, the feeling that the person comes with is usually, how could I not know? And then comes the, betrayal of trust.
What else would a
Exactly.
cheated on person think? So you said, how did I not see? So I'm also not probably
Hmm.
smart. I,
Hmm.
I'm unlovable. I'm not good enough. So your self-esteem crashes, isn't it?
Crushes. Yes, it does. It does. It does. I mean, it blows up your entire system, and then you are unable to look at yourself the way you looked before.
Oh
Most people
yeah.
look at themselves through the eyes of their partner. The simple things like, I'm wearing this dress, how do I look today? I'm wearing this, and how do I look that if I do this, will this look nice? So everything is based on that approval, isn't it? And
Yes.
that approval system crashes down. So now where do you go for approval?
So tell me, Gaurav, now what happens? So when in your practice,
Hmm.
would the partner come in or not come in at all? Is it just this person who's been betrayed who comes in, or the partner shows up at some point or the other in most cases?
10%, I would say.
Oh
10%
my
of
God.
cases, the partner would come in. Yes.
Oh my
Yeah, it
God.
is it is very less, because, as I said, there's too much of shame, even admitting that, yes, I did that. So 90% of the cases, the person who has come with the complaint will have to resolve it within them. And in 70% of those 90%, they will not find a closure. As in, why did you do this? I did this because of that, and blah, blah, blah. They won't find that. There will simply be a break in their bond, and then this person who comes in as the client will have to resolve it on their own and find a way out to let them
That's
go.
really sad, isn't it?
It is in most of the cases. Even in cases where they decide to stay together, the partner might be unwilling to work, and the other one who comes in with the complaint will have to resolve it on their own.
So you would be getting both male and female clients.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what is the tilt towards?
Again, as you know, in India, therapy is more about, how women coming and expressing how they feel. Men are anyways closed up. There are times when men come in as the guilty one, and they would say that I don't want to do this anymore. I need to find a way out. So they will come in the middle of an affair where they realize that they don't want to do it anymore. It's less about the couple, it's less about the marriage, and more about the love that the person has for himself or herself. So what happens is people
One
start
second, Gaurav. So
missing.
an affair is more about the love the person has for himself or herself.
Yes, 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 yes.
Wow.
So there's a beautiful essay. I'm just going to quote. There's a beautiful essay by this person, by this therapist called Esther Perel, and the
Yes.
name of the essay is Why Happy People Cheat. So when people actually cheat, they are missing a certain part of themselves. So you ask them, if you know about their affair, you ask them that how do you feel when you go and meet the other person, and they would say, I feel so young. The fact that we are meeting clandestine, and this whole thing, it brings up something within them that they are missing in themselves. Probably they have become adults, they have become old, they feel old within them, they miss that part of them which is vibrant, young, delightful, and to be able to exist in that bubble, as a how do you say, puppy love kind of thing. So,
Yes.
so what
Yes.
happens
Yes.
is they do miss a certain part of themselves. Oh, I mean 50-50. 50-50, I
Okay.
would say. Most people, of course, they look at it as an end, which it can be. It definitely can be an end. Um, Relationships can have expiry dates, definitely, and and some people, very rare ones, do look at it positively. They see that, well, there is something missing. We haven't seen it, or even if we saw it, we didn't want to acknowledge it, and then they begin to acknowledge it. I have to tell something here, that in marriage, in the institution of marriage, or even if no marriage, if there are uh, um, abortions involved, I have often seen that when abortions and miscarriages or birth of a child and then dying is involved, something within the couple dies. And that leads
Oh.
to a creation of a void between the couple. And there is something which cannot be explained in a rational way, that leads to the separation of both the two. I cannot give an empirical analysis of that, but it is an observation.
That's so that is when you think the couple is more prone to kind of stepping out of the marriage when something tragic like this has happened. Oh.
Yes, because people deal differently with tragedies. Women of course want to grieve, and they're consumed in the grief. Men simply look away because it's not their fault again. That's the way they handle grief, and that's the way they have been taught to handle grief.